A weak banking system undermines growth. And on this basis, the current weaknesses in our banking sector need to be addressed forcefully to minimize any adverse financial consequences to unsuspecting savers and their spillover effects on the economy. My understanding is that a roadmap for addressing banking sector weaknesses is being implemented. I urge you, as the nation's central bank, to remain committed to the process and to address the challenges confronting the banking sector. This will not only guarantee financial stability, but also promote greater confidence in that sector. Your most recent measures in intervening decisively over the matters of UT Bank and Capital Bank demonstrate your preparedness to act in a manner worthy of a responsible central bank, of a praiseworthy regulator. I'm confident that you have the support of the nation.
Well, since news broke that the Bank of Ghana has frozen the accounts of the managers and directors of UT and Capital Banks, Joy News has been digging to find the identities behind the names of the directors. My colleague Aisha Ibrahim joins me in the studio now with a list of directors of the two banks who are affected. Hello, Aisha.
Hello, Araba.
Let's start with the Capital Bank, and we do know that popular man of God, Dr. Mensa Otabil, has shares in that particular
exactly
bank.
The
what
point.
more do we know?
Of course, so Dr. Mensa Otabil is the chairman, and he's the general overseer of the International Central Gospel Church and chancellor of the Central University. He chairs the Capital Bank board. We also have Reverend Fitzgerald Odonko, who is the chief executive officer and president of HIM and general overseer of Harvest Chapel International. He holds a BA and MBA degrees from the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology and the Ghana Institute of Management and Public Administration, GIMPA, respectively. And he's also an author of several ministry books. Now, on the list also, you have Dr. Stephen Encho, who is director, and he's also a business executive and entrepreneur by practice. He worked in a very top level with the Ghana National Petroleum Corporation, ICAM Limited, and also Glyco Life Insurance Company Limited. And we're told that he serves as an executive vice chairman of the First Capital Plus Savings and Loans Limited. He is senior partner with Forbes Consult International, and he's a chartered accountant and management consultant. We also have William Ato Essien, who is founder, and he holds a marketing option degree from the
and of course, he's majority shareholder of the bank as well.
Exactly the point.
Right.
And he has a certificate in microfinance. And then on the list also you have Mr. Kofi Kwapa, who is director. He holds an MBA, General Management from Harvard University Business School. And we also have Alhaji Amadou Muntia, who is also a director.
So that's for the directors of Capital Bank. What about UT Bank? Who are those affected by the freeze?
Exactly. If you look at the list here, the chairman of the board, we are told, is Joseph Insonamwa. And Insonamwa is the chairman of the UT Bank Board of Directors and co-founder of the UT Group of Companies. And the CEO is also Stephen Intri Esiming. He, we are told, was promoted from Chief Operations Officer position to Chief Executive Officer in 2015. And Mr. Intri Esiming, we are told, also served as senior partner and partner at Jacana Venture Partnership. And he served also as Chief Operations Officer at the Investor Merchant Bank Limited, where he oversaw the execution of a full rebranding and business turnaround.
All right, many thanks, Aisha Ibrahim, there with details of the directorship of those two banks. You're taking a...
Many of them, there's a brother YK on behalf of Common Purpose Alliance Ghana, CPAG for short. The Church of many of them, there's a brother YK. didn't want to get involved in this banking takeover, Capital Bank and UT Bank issue, but the members of the board of directors, especially Capital Bank, me who dream, I got the chills. I me be numb, because you look at the names, the supposed expertise, the accolades that come with the names of the board of directors. And on top of it all, these are men, most of them are men of God, supposed men of God, the clergy, pastors, reverend ministers. Parading themselves as businessmen. And look at what they've done to a bank. Who do we trust now? Because the normal rhetoric is that men of God, the clergy, men of God in quotes, they are supposed to come across with a very refined moral high grounds. Their moral principles unadulterated. They are supposed to lead the pack of moral consciousness. Their conviction so far as morality is concerned, moral values are concerned, unparalleled. So what happened? You ask yourself. And our big brother, our uncle, Reverend Pastor Mensa Otabil, is no other person, the chairman of Capital Bank, leading this pack of board of directors. So you ask yourself, what happened? Wasn't he aware of what was going on in the bank? Who do we trust now? I'm not going to talk about UT Bank, because Capital Bank has overshadowed anything that has happened in UT Bank. Because this is a bank headed by people we are made to believe they propagate, they emit radiation of moral principles. Men of God, in quotes. What happened? Where did they go wrong? Where are their moral principles? How have they become the overseers of taking a bank and their customers to the cleaners? I am very upset. So I'm going to pick my words very carefully today. I'm not going to let it fly. I'm going to pick my words very carefully. But I'm going to be very firm in what I'm saying. Because it is important that I say it. What has happened with Capital Bank is despicable. UT Bank is annoying, but what has happened with Capital Bank is despicable, because we have people who propagate, who preach moral values as board of directors and the chairperson of the board of directors of this bank. These are people who run their own private enterprises, businesses. These are people that their names come with a list of accolades. So these are not stupid people. These are not some people that they don't have brains. But I see these people as very wicked people. People who use their knowledge to abuse a system that gives them the freedom to operate. I'll talk about what Nanado said as well, the president, about the bank, the central bank need to roll out new measures. It's all about regulation. This is where I've always stood. Say, in any society, in any governance system where regulations are relaxed, less regulation, allow the market to operate by itself, allow free market and to your friends say free market principles to operate, allow the private sector to do their own thing. This is what our big brother Pastor Otabil, this is what he promotes. Government should get out of the business of doing business and allow private sector to do their own thing. Government should not get interferences. Government should not get involved and interfere with the free market system. But the government allows free market principles to operate in the financial sector, and look at what you guys are doing. You're taking the whole economy to the cleaners. You lying to your customers. So what do we call you guys? Are you men of God, or you are something else? I want to pick my words carefully today, so I'll try my best to do that. But if something slips in, I won't regret it. I may apologize, but I won't regret it. So my point is, in principle, ideologically, I don't stand with this free market nonsense. Too much less regulation. You allow people to do the wrong things, because capitalist business people will always want to maximize their profit. They will always want to abuse the system. So the more regulations are relaxed, then you give them the freedom to abuse the system. You cannot do that. We've had a very bad experience globally in 2008. So is that not an indication that the philosophical thinking, Alan Greenspan said it, behind free market operations, it's got a fundamental flaw in it which cannot be fixed, because the whole principle behind it is allowing the market to lead. Freedom in the marketplace. And wherever there's too much freedom, human beings as we are, something I always say, we're creatures of adaptation. You allow too much freedom, human beings from top to bottom, they will do the wrong things. They will do the wrong things when they know they can get away with it. So I'm going to end this recording with an appeal to the NPP government led by His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, opinion leaders of civil society, the fifth wing of government, the most powerful wing of government, because we've got the backing of all the voters behind us, the people, the lot behind us. We speak for the people. We are the opinion leaders of civil society, and we speak for ordinary people. We use common sense, because in Ghana right now, if you look at everything that's going on, it is a very, the essence and the fundamental indication of lack of common sense in a lot of things that's going on in our country. So all that we are saying and we are asking the government to do is to enforce the law. If MPP can enforce the law, it's going to gain the overwhelming admiration of the entire country. What has been lacking in our governments, in Ghana's democracy, is law enforcement. Enforce rules and regulations, more tougher rules and regulations. This is an indication that if you give people too much freedom, they abuse it. It's human nature. Human beings are creatures of adaptation. They will adapt to the freedom to do whatever they like. I mean, it is in our DNA to choose the path of least resistance in every situation we find ourselves in as human beings. So the lesser you have regulations, the more human beings will look for ways to exploit those relaxed atmosphere to their benefit. We are a very selfish breed of creatures. We exploit if we have the chance to. Our human instinct is first to survive. And after survival, then we want to more. We want more of what we are able to do to survive. And then we do everything out of greed to maximize profit. So, as long as human beings are given the freedom to do whatever they like, there'll be chaos. If you give people too much freedom, there's always chaos. So we are appealing to the MPP government. This is I'm speaking on behalf of CPA, Common Purpose Alliance Ghana. We stand for the truth. We call things by the proper names. We don't mind which political party is in power. We want to see Ghana first, Ghana progress into development. So please do what you need to do so far as sanitizing the system is concerned. Bring more rules and regulations in the financial sector to cleanse up the canker, the loopholes that these banking institutions and financial institutions are exploiting. We had something like DK Financial Services or something like that, the saga that they colored people's money in the Sunyani area and a whole hula baloo that erupted out of it. It's not even settled. And look at this. UT Bank, Capital One. Please, let's make our country work. We can do it. We only need to enforce laws, rules, and regulations in Ghana. God bless our homeland Ghana and make our nation greater and stronger. God bless you.